Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So let's talk about again this traditional wife role that a lot of women claim that they want to be a part of. You look on social media and you see these women who feel like men want to date them. They talk about the men need to pay for the whole meal. The men need to pay. You got women that say the men need to pay for her outfits, her nails, her getting, eyelashes, whatever, makeup, hair, all that kind of stuff. They come out and say the men need to do all this. First date, and in the first date, better be something big. I've seen females who sit here and say that the guy sent her $30 and that wasn't enough. Like she clowned him for it, for her to go to lunch by herself. And she clowned him for it. But you got women who are more reasonable. They're like, man, hey, send me $30. I'm grateful. Whether they pay for my whole lunch or part of it, hell, I could use it to put gas in my tank if need be. I could use that $30 and parlay it over here. Put gas in my tank or whatever. So you got some sensible women out there. So I'm not knocking all of them. I'm not finna jump on all of them all of y'all at all. But I want to say that there is social media has messed up a lot of thinking. Well, let's just say it has magnified and multiplied it to where the thinking of a lot of these women has gone way left, and it shouldn't. I mean, faster than it should have. It should have been able to be reared back in, and it's not, because people are putting out these false narratives, these false lies about how things are, and then other people will say, well, hey, if she's happy doing that, then I want to do it too. And one of the things is the whole traditional wife narrative, the false narrative, I would say. You got a lot of women who said the men should pay all the bills, women should stay home. You got men that say this too. Women should stay home, cook, clean, take care of the kids while the man goes out and works and pays all the bills. Okay. And they say, well, my dad was able to do it, grandparents was able, your grandparents was able to do it back in the day, and they still want that to happen. The problem is, contrary to popular belief, that was a fad. It started a few decades ago, and like many fads, it came and went. Because realistically, that's not how it is supposed to go. Because if it was, think about this. People want to blame that, a lot of these marriages, 50% of the marriages in divorce. And people want to claim like this whole problem with women being able to go out there and get careers. And women are able to have their own options, and they can do what they want to, and now they can make their own money, and they don't need a man. The problem is, I'm sorry to say, let's just be honest, a lot of y'all ain't happy with that. Regardless of, either way, you're not happy, because there are too many Western elements in modern relationships that ruin what a relationship was originally and intentionally supposed to be. And because you don't study, you don't read, you don't pay attention, you don't talk to your grandparents, except when you need something. You don't talk to them about growing up and how they lived. You go off these narratives. Oh, men were abusive back in the day. Nah, not like, come on. And this, that, and the third. And, they were just mean to women. Women couldn't go to work because they couldn't work. I had a grandmother that worked. That I know. I don't know about my mom's mom, but I know my dad's grandmother. She used to always tell me about working at Curtis Mathes and retiring, and was still getting her pension up until she died. And Curtis Mathes has been out of business for I don't know how long. She used to have a big TV set. I think the TV is still there in her old house. Matter of fact, and she's been gone at least almost about 19, almost 20, 15. Dang, it's been that long. Man. But anyway, she's been going by 15, at least 15, 15, 20 years. No, it ain't been that long because when I had my, what's her name called? No. I'm thinking of the wrong grandmother. Okay, no, she been gone probably like not even 10 years. But anyway, those are, anyway, back to my point is, so a lot of things that you believe that happen, the problem is you don't research. You listen to certain people's stories and you're like, oh man, oh, they were that mean? Oh, was it that bad? Nah, it wasn't like that. It was just, you got your good and your bad. You got your good stories and your bad. And the bad is always the one that's going to be put out there into the forefront a lot more than the good stories. That's just how life goes. But anyway, so I want to get to, again, this whole trad wife situation. Because a lot of our women, a lot of Black American women, they talk about, okay, men should pay all the bills, I stay at home and do nothing. Hell no, heck no, that does not work. And it does not work for the people who you are trying to follow. And you know the people I'm talking about. Them folk who sit here and got the eye or the leave it to beaver type a narrative that, Ward goes to work and June is at home and she does nothing and she's a happy housewife, dressed immaculate, makeup, hair, and just staying at home and cleaning the house and cooking. No, that's not how it ever was, and that's not how it was supposed to be. That is something that was created, especially helped out because, one, the cost of living was to where one person could work. The woman stayed home because, we got to kind of rewind. It wasn't that she stayed home and just raised the kids. The woman stayed home, had the kids, and they worked the farm. They worked the land. They did things. The woman just didn't stay in the house and do nothing. Cooking, cleaning, yes, whatever. But you had crops. A lot of people had crops. A lot of people had farm animals. That's what they did because I think, as a matter of fact, that's how I think my mom talked about how their life was, if they was at home, that's what they had, farm animals and crops and stuff like that. And you tended to that. They just sitting at home doing nothing. But now it's different because nobody has house. Not enough people have houses. They have apartments, or they do have houses. Their yards are about this big, so they ain't got no room to have no crops. They ain't got no room to have no livestock. You can't have chickens and hogs and cows in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? Violating ordinances. You can't do that. So things are different. Times have changed, but I will tell you one thing that has not changed, and I'm gonna get into it in a second. I spoke on it before. If you've seen my former videos, you know exactly where I'm going with this. But first, I want to hit y'all up with a couple of articles, and I'm gonna show you why that this whole trad white traditional wife narrative is futile at best. So the first one is from the sun.co UK. And yes, this is from from them folk. But again, ladies, these are the women that you are trying to follow, right? Because what about you women who want to be divestors and will do nothing but date outside of your race? But then you see these stories of women being going on a date, missing, and then found chopped up, mutilated, and spread out over the cities. And it's from them brads. But you said nothing about that. So now you got these stories with these traditional wives. But a lot of y'all don't want to get married. A lot of y'all just want the money. Really. A lot of y'all want to be baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Put a guy on child support, take his money. And that's just it, because you're so confused. And that's the key word. You're so confused about what you really want. You really don't know what you want. Or you don't know what you want and you don't know how to get it. Or what you need and you don't know how to get it. Because you're being pulled by different people. Some people who ain't never had a man, never could keep a man. Dudes raised by their moms only and no men in the house. And they just so emotional and violent and angry. because they have no man with high testosterone to teach a boy how to control his emotions and his feelings. But then, you call it what, toxic masculinity, when that has nothing to do with it. Toxic don't mean toxic. I don't know how it's done toxic, because real masculinity knows his role and knows his woman's role, period, and knows how to maintain it just by his actions and his words and not by violence. But anyway, story reads, kidding me. I was a proud trad wife, but now I'm a single mom of 4 and struggle to buy food. Don't quit your job for a man, ladies. Exactly. Do not quit your job for a man. But let's read it. The mom, this is overseas, Britain, so they use the word mum, M-U-M. The mom went from being a trad wife to relying on government food stamps to get by. Amazing. A woman who was a proud trad wife has revealed how it all fell apart. Enitz was perfectly happy being a stay-at-home mom. Now, remember that. Perfectly happy. Okay? Being a stay-at-home mom while relying on her husband to pay the bill, but her life was quickly turned upside down. Taking to social media, she told viewers that the trad wife lifestyle wasn't all it was cracked up to be and warned others to not fall into it. I agree. Do not fall into the traditional housewife lifestyle, because that is not how it's supposed to go. The mom, who has 4 kids, spent her days at home looking after the tots and keeping the home in tip-top condition. The trad life didn't work out, but it came crashing down. Her husband separated from her for a much younger woman. In a clip, she said, imagine this, the trad wife didn't work out. Now, she looks like she might be in her 30s, maybe late 30s, early 40s, just the way she looked like she's been crying. So, she got 4 kids, so I give her like the late 30s, whatever. If you got a woman if your man left you for a woman that's a lot younger than you, let me tell you why they do that. Oh, let me keep going. She revealed that she was now facing dire times and her husband had ditched her, leaving her to rely on food stamps to feed herself and her kids. Not only was she waiting to be approved for the government help, she was also now faced with trying to find a job. However, it wasn't as easy as many might think, as she had a 10-year gap in her resume. She decided to leave employment to look after her children full time. So I take a 10-year gap, so which means she said, so I was giving her 30s, maybe mid 30s. 4 kids in 10 years. Okay. That could be it. She added, you have a 10-year gap in resume. 4 kids need to be taken care of while he's off living with another woman. So now you're at the food stamp office trying to see when your application will be approved. Despite being put in a tricky situation financially, it seems the mom was more than happy to see the back of her partner, as she claimed it wasn't a happy marriage. So, Heifer, you said just not even 2 minutes ago. What she said? Wait a minute, where'd it go? Enitz was perfectly happy. The first sentence. Enitz was perfectly happy being a stay-at-home mom while relying on her husband to pay the bills. So you enjoy staying at home doing nothing. But yet, what did she say? Let me go. She's claiming it wasn't a happy marriage. So I guess you're saying you are glad to leave the marriage, but yet you have no problem being a mom, but you got to have a problem being a mom because now you're waiting on the government to send you food stamps. The food stamps you didn't need if you was married. When you was married, because he was taking care of all the bills while you were staying at home, enjoying the life of doing nothing. People will say raising the kids is a job. It's like a full-time job. If you paid moms what you paid their worth and their value, as if she was out working, out there working, she'd be making more money than the husband. Right. Prove it. If you can't prove it, stop talking. That's like saying if you paid the WNBA the same thing you paid that you was paying the NBA players, they would probably make the same, if not more money than the NBA players. Prove it. You can't, because there's no way in heck they would be able to do it, because there's no equality there, but you want to be equal. I'm going to go all over the place. In another clip, she said, there is no man waiting to ruin your happiness immediately, and no one on their way to ruin it either. In other words, ain't no man care about you. In the clip has since gone viral over on her TikTok account at Emerging Motherhood with over 2 million views and over 207,000 likes. Well, you'll probably start making money on TikTok with these if you put more and more of these videos out. People were quick to take to the comments, empathizing with the mom and sharing their thoughts. One person wrote, wish you and your kids loads of luck. Another comment, I'm going to be a trad wife, but I will work part-time when it comes. Message. Always have a bankroll coming in for yourself, I'd say. I'm going to say it like this. Let me tell you something about that. That's not always looked at in the right way. Again, you got to take things in context and do things for the betterment of the family. I can tell y'all, remember that I could say, don't want to say too much. But anyway, first marriage, had an issue like that. We were young, like I say, you get older, you get smarter, you get wiser, hopefully. But when we was younger, you got, how can I put this? Let's say like this. Let's say I was working a job and a half, working overtime, actually working a few hours, going to school, blah, 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 a few hours a week. Okay. When it was time to pay the bills, all the bills were paid, but when it was time to do other things, we never had no money. So I was told, okay. Then you look up and now there's like, get into argument, and it slipped that she had so much money that she saved. I'm like, how the heck you save all that money? You don't work. I don't want to work all the time. And first thing he said, well, my mom said this, and that's when it was like, boom. I was like, okay. Well, if that's the case, then you and your mom need to get an account, because that's not how this works. I haven't done anything to make you believe that I would dip off. Matter of fact, I've been here since day one, before day one, and still here. Why am I getting treated like that? But that's something that women will say, have a separate account, because if he leave you, you need to have money just in case. And I can see what they're saying in this instance, because like I say, if he does leave you for a younger woman or whatever the case may be, and you have nothing, then if you have nothing, then, how are you going to survive? So you gotta, fend for yourself. But in the same breath, you shouldn't be not working. Is that right? You should not be working. Okay. You should be working somewhere, making money, saving your own money, doing whatever you do with your money, whatever. But you shouldn't be at home dependent on 100% on nobody. So when a woman say, I don't need to depend on no man, you're kind of taking it out of context. You depend on him for protection. You depend on him to take care of you. Yes. But something could happen to him. And if something happens to him, even while y'all in a relationship, because you're looking at it like, if he leaves me, then he'll leave me with nothing. If he goes off and runs off and leaves me with nothing, what am I supposed to do? No, you're supposed to look at it like, if something happens to him, he gets hurt, he dies, called off the war and die. Something, injured on the job, something happens in the where he can't, some fluke or freak accident, and he can't work no more. What can you do to pick up the slack? What can you do to help take care of yourself and them children? That's how you're supposed to look at it. But no, women want to look at it like, if he leaves me and high and dry, I don't have nothing, I got to keep money in my pocket. That's what the problem is, because now you starting off with deception. And that's not how it's supposed to go. Somebody else said, let's see, this is honestly a fear. I'm praying everything gets resolved, Mama Pen III. Meanwhile, the fourth said, mothers are so strong. I'm sorry he wasn't fair to you, and life is unfair right now, but you can do this. I've been in your exact shoes, suddenly single with 4 kids, hugs to you. It does get easier. Claim the fifth. Someone else added, completely understand it'll get better. and you're strong for it. You don't know that. But anyway, let's look at this definition real quick of a trad wife. A trad wife, short for a traditional wife, is a woman who chooses to take on an ultra traditional role in marriage, meaning she makes dinner and cooks and looks pretty whilst her husband goes to work. The trend takes inspiration from the idea of a 1950s housewife. What is wrong with a 1950s housewife? God dog it. What's wrong with it? Let me show you. It is not the definition in this book at all. That's where your problem is. It is a westernized way of the westernized view of what marriage should be. It has nothing to do with ancient biblical text. True Hebrew Israelite text. Nothing at all. And I'm going to prove it to you here in just a second. Many trad wives choose to dress in the style of clothing popular in this period. Think floral dresses and frumpy cardigans. Additionally, the values considered important to trad wives are similar to strict Christian values. No, it is. Well, let me see. Hold on. There are, was it 1,200 different denominations of Christianity in this country? So if you're talking about 1950s Christians, white American, westernized American, well, just say westernized period, because European too, westernized traditions of Christianity, could be right. But if you're talking about biblical principles, Old Testament, following the laws, what the Messiah told you to do in the first place is to follow the commandments, follow the laws, because he followed the Torah and he told you to follow the Torah or the laws. We're talking about that. Trad wife has nothing to do with that. They say trad wives state that they are not forced into this way of life. They're not, because they think it's easy. They think just sit back and do nothing and believe that it's their purpose to be homemaker. Well, if that's what you believe, doggone it, then you just stay like that until the next 19, 21, 23-year-old come and push you out the way. Because it brings me to a second story. And this here from the sun.com. This is another one. Like I say, my sisters, these are the people, these are the women that you want to follow, but you understand you're following in the wrong footsteps. It says trad trap. I was a perfect trad wife in my 20s. Now I am single and struggle to support my kids. I wish I had listened to the warning. What it say? Maddie Joy shared her story via a series of videos posted to a TikTok channel where she is known as Mountain Oma, O-N-M-A. Man, she been on Ozempic for about 10 years. A trad wife, short for traditional wife, is a woman who chooses to take on the ultra traditional roles of marriage. Means she make dinner look okay. We already had that. Say start 1950s. Yes. It says strict Christian values. Not really. Like I said, it's Western Christian values. They say they're not forced and they believe that they're supposed to be homemakers. That's your problem. Maddie explained that she got married to her ex-husband when she was a teenager and spent her late teens, early 20s being the perfect trad wife. She didn't go to the university or get old to get a job and became a stay-at-home mom with her 3 children. Maddie explained that during her years as a trad wife, she baked bread, cooked all of the food she made for her family from scratch, and even sewed on her own clothes. Amazing. That's great. She said she also wore the clothes that he wanted her to wear and did her hair and makeup the way he told her. See, here's another thing. The control aspect of being a trad wife. When people don't understand their rules, their roles, and that's including the man, things get blurred. Things can get out of hand. For instance, that's your wife. That's your helpmeet. She is not a slave. I mean, now I'll say like this. I know what I want my woman to wear in the house, out the house, in the house, whatever. But out the house, things are off limits. But I don't have to say things. Things are understood. But if I had to say something, then, you say it and you move on, and that's it. There has to be an understanding ahead of time. Now she can say it put it in the store, and it's like I did everything he wanted me to do. Well, what he wanted you to do might have been the best for you and him. It might have been the best for you. If you want to go out there looking like a streetwalker with, you know what I'm saying, with these tight clothes, snuffleupagus eyelashes, you know, clothes where all your breasts are hanging out, where all your curves can be seen, every nook and cranny can be seen, imaginable. All the men can gawk at you. If that's what you want to wear walking out the house, and then yes, I would have a problem with that. So here's what you're going to wear. Because number one, I'm not there to protect you. You got some fools out there, and I don't need nobody gawking over my woman, you know, unnecessarily. Now, you're going to have dudes that are going to try to talk to women, period. And that's just what happens. Men talk to women, women talk to men, period. No matter what you got on, what you don't got on. But you don't want to entice it a little more to where it's like, well, shoot, she's showing me all that. She must want somebody to touch it or to get up with it. So let me go ahead and shoot my shot. Married or not married. That ain't what you want. So he may want you to wear your hair a certain way and your clothes a certain way because he wants you to represent him, which is what you are supposed to do as a wife. And I'll get into that in a second. I tried really, really hard to be the wife that I thought my ex-husband wanted. She said, however, she revealed that she made the decision to leave her husband as he was controlling her and isolating her from her loved ones. Now that I don't agree with. I don't agree with it. It was someone in a family member of mine who, I think a couple of them, matter of fact, who went through the same thing. They had husbands who controlled them. As a matter of fact, I know some friends same way. Husbands who controlled them. Wouldn't allow them to, people I work with too, you know what I'm saying, won't allow them to see family, keep them away, you know, talk bad about the family, talk bad about the friends, really controlling. Like that is a, what kind of, I don't know how to say this, but that dude is not a man. He's not masculine. He's a sucker. He's a simp. He's insecure in his own self, to where he's afraid that if you go out of his sight, he done married this pretty beautiful woman. He think the moment you go out of his sight, you're gonna go and mess around and sleep with somebody else. You know, and he doesn't feel very strongly about himself. Someone who does that, I can't agree with. I can't rock with it. You want to go see your family, go see your family. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for the ticket. When everyone who warned you was right, she said. She said that she now believes that the lifestyle that trad wives are pushing online is scary and crazy and ignorant. The mom of three says she believes that trad husbands prey on young girls who don't have much money or a good education. As to them, the trad lifestyle seems to be a stable and secure way of life. See, women want security, so they'll jump on the first secure bandwagon that they can. The problem is they're not vetting these men. Their dad, if they're still in their lives, or brothers or uncles are not vetting these men. And if they are, and they telling you, hey, I don't, because she said people told her don't do it, but women a lot of times are afraid, well, this is the only man I'm gonna get, so let me just jump on, maybe I can change him. Don't happen. That man didn't get to where he was at by allowing people to change him. Remember that. She said now that she has left her husband, Maddie is studying at a university whilst struggling to support her kids in a low-wage job. She advised women to always stay in work, even if it's just for a few hours a week, so that if things go wrong, you have colleagues that you can network with to find work opportunities. So see, like the lady in the first story, she said she stayed home, did nothing. You got to understand this about the human psyche. Men do not want to be around women who do nothing. You can have our kids, you can raise the kids, help, keep the house clean. But if you have no motivation to do anything for yourself, and he goes out into the world, and let's say he meets a single mom. Let's go there. So he meets a single woman who's going to school, going to work, catching buses, driving here and there, trying to do things with her life. That to a man will look attractive. Not telling men to become baby daddies, step baby daddies and stuff like that. That's a whole nother story. What I'm saying is we're talking about the psyche of a man. So let's say she's just a single woman and have no kids, doing the same thing. That out there in the world doing things while you're sitting at home doing nothing. Albeit it's what he wanted you to do. But what he not understanding is that even what he wants is not right. It's not the way it's supposed to be. A man should not want his woman to sit in the house and do nothing but, housekeep and watch the kids, because that is redundant and it's done every day, all day, every day. Nothing changes. But he doesn't realize he goes out and he might go to work and he might have a job where he have a particular specific job to do, but things are different every day. New stories are being told, new history is being created. Somebody's gonna come in and say, "Man, let me tell you what happened to me yesterday." Somebody else gonna come say the same thing. Hell, he gonna go say, "Hey, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what my kids did. Let me tell you what happened at the bowling alley the other day. Man, I was drinking the other night, blah, blah, blah." There's just different things going around. But with the wife, it's just, "Hey, honey, how was your day?" "Oh, I stayed home, watched the kids. You won't believe that little Johnny, he spit on his sister. Little Johnny actually peed in the toilet. I cooked some more bread, cooked some more biscuits, baked some more cakes. That's about all. Stayed in the house, confined in this 1,500 square foot building all day. That's all." It's boring. After a while, there's nothing really for y'all to talk about. Only thing that you can do as a woman is listen to what he got to say. And as a man, really ain't trying to talk a whole lot. So usually that's the woman's job, to get out there and talk a mile a minute about what's going on. But if she had nothing to talk about and she's not motivated to do anything, then, what's the motivation for the relationship? Now, there's an issue with women going out and going to work. Yes, that could be an issue, because really women shouldn't be going out there probably to work for someone else. She should probably be doing something for herself. So while she's at home, raising the kids, taking care of the house, she could be going, like this woman here say, she's going to the university. At this day and age, she could have been doing that online. Could have been doing that. Because again, what are you going to do if something happens to that man? Not just leave you, but something happens to where he pass away or get hurt and he can't work. What are you going to do? You going to leave him? Because it's quite possible because she left. So it's quite possible what you would have done. If he couldn't take care of you, probably left him anyway. But anyway, you could have been and went to school, learned a trade, done something, and started your own business to where you could be making your own money and you're doing something exciting in your life to where y'all both can have things to talk about. Y'all both can relate to things. Y'all can talk about how exciting things are in your lives. Those endorphins and emotions and stuff. Stuff just keep going, and it's just, things are always changing. Things are always building. You can still go back, keep going out on dates, things like that. That's the way it should be. Not, again, staying at home. When you say work a few hours a week so you can network and find work opportunities, yes, that's what you do too. Maddie's video has likely struck a chord with many people, as it had racked up over 1.2 million views on the video sharing platform. TikTok users race to the video's comment sections to share their thoughts, with many sharing the importance of women having their own income. One person said, "This just proves you should never depend on someone else's finances. Always have your own money." Another person said, "I feel loved and protected by my husband, and I don't think that will ever change." Don't be thinking. We're just talking about if you want to increase your chances of success and survival, I got a way for you to do it. "I'm still keeping my nursing license and the job though, 100%. I see nothing wrong with that." A third said, "I had to learn the hard way. No matter what a person tells you and what dreams they sell you, don't ever depend on anyone." No, okay. A fourth added, "These are trad wife stories that we need to hear." Yes, say it louder. Yes, because again, trad wives, that is a false narrative that should not be pushed. And like I say, now I'm gonna go to this here real quick. Not a preacher, but I'm just telling y'all, for my sisters who want to sit here and think that trad wife, like I say, this definition, it goes, like I say, 1950s. That got nothing to do with Christian or biblical principles. It's just in the 1950s, you had the war, been going off, making a lot of good money. Women can stay home, take care of their family, while the man goes out and work in these factories or going off to war. So somebody got to stay home and do this and the third. Never really for the black women, because like I said, black women, matter of fact, back in the day, there was places that had laws that said, While white women could stay home during the war and their husbands off the war making good money with the military, black women couldn't do that. Black women had to go to work. Laws that said they had to go in there and do housework, go into these white women houses and do housework in their houses. So what was the white women doing? What were they doing? Out there having affairs with their gardener and their tennis coaches because they ain't had nothing to do. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, idle mind is a devil's workshop. So women are supposed to do something. But let me get into this scripture here. Hold on. I think I almost lost it. Real time, everybody. Shoot. We don't do no editing. We make it. Pages. This is 5. Yeah, we don't play no games. So this is the book of Proverbs, right? And this is from chapter 31, I believe. Yeah, chapter 31. And we're going to just run through this. Now, understand, I believe, let's see, the words of the sovereign Lemuel, a message from which his mother taught him. So chapter 31 of Proverbs, this is like, you can go to the Bible and read it's the same thing. This is just more of a Hebrew interpretation with the names and stuff. But the sovereign Lemuel, a message which his mother, so this is his mother told him this. So let that sink in for a minute, okay? Because his mother's going to tell him exactly how his house should run. Probably because that's how it ran with her husband. And so she's passing down and telling her son, this is why it's always great. You should have two parents raising a child, a man and a woman, because a man's going to teach a boy how to be a man. A woman's supposed to teach a woman how to be a woman, but also vice versa. A woman can tell that man, hey, this is what you need to look for in a woman. And the man can say, hey, tell his daughter, this is what you need to look for in a man. Period. So it says, the message mother taught him, what, my son, and what, son of my womb, and what, son of my vows. Do not give your strength to a woman, nor your ways to wiping away sovereigns. Not for sovereigns, O Lemuel, not for sovereigns to drink wine, not for princes to desire strong drink. A prince, not a princess, but a prince. Princes, multiple prince. Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the right of all after the afflicted. Basically saying that you get drunk, you get out there, get inebriated, you're going to do things you ain't supposed to be doing. So don't do that. Let's see. Let him drink and forget his poverty. Remember his trouble no more. Open your mouth for the dumb. In the cause of all the sons of the part, open your mouth, judge righteously, who does not find. Okay, here we go. Who does find a capable wife? For she is worth far more than rubies. The heart of her husband shall trust her, and he has no lack of gain. She shall do him good, not evil. All the days of her life, she shall seek wool and flax. How you going to seek anything in the house? What you seeking? Dirty diapers? Huh? Seriously. And with delight, she works with her hands. So basically it's saying she go out there getting, wool and garment and fabrics. And she's working with her hands. She shall be in the ships. She shall be as the ships of the Tarshish. She brings in her food from afar. She also rises while it's still night and provides food for her household. You might say, that sounds like traditional wife to me. Let's keep reading. And a portion for her girls, basically her servants. The people that's working for her. What does that mean? Find you a maid. Maids are really not as expensive, especially if your husband paying all the bills. That means, shoot, you got money for a maid. But let's say we don't have money for a maid. How do you get money for a maid? Let's read. She shall consider a field and buy it from her profits. She shall plant a vineyard. Where does she get money to buy a field? Huh? She had to have a job. Now, you probably saying, how is she a housewife and got a job? How you going to take care of these kids and have a job? Scriptures also say it takes a village to raise children. How's a village going to help you raise a child if you sitting in your house by yourself all the time? You see, you got to start putting things together and get these contexts together to understand the whole narrative. So if it takes a village to help raise kids, so let's say you out there making money, you hire somebody to come clean your house and you give them money, remember? Because she sets aside the food and stuff like that for the family and for her servants. You do that with your servants because you pay them. Let them go buy their own food, but you make sure they compensate or that they're well taken care of while they're in your house. Your kids, do you homeschool? Hell, you should be homeschooling. It should be like a village with a school or not necessarily in the independent school districts we have, but they should be learning something. They should be getting educated. That's what they ain't gonna show. Now, how you find out on private school, whatever the case may be, but you find some place that's going to give them a great education, if not, like I say, homeschool. So a woman is out there making money, not sitting at home with this 1950s belief of trad wife. It says what? She will rise in the still night and provide food for her household and a portion for her girls. Like I said, girls are supposed to be like servants. She shall consider a field and buy it, and from her profits she shall plant a vineyard. What? She shall gird herself with strength and strengthen her arms. That means she ain't gonna sit around and be around watching TV and with these little old flabby sacks down here in her arms. She's not gonna know. She strength in her arms. She shall taste when her gain is good. Her lamp does not go out by night. So basically, she don't eat just like a man. You don't work, you don't eat, you don't sleep. You don't eat until things are good, right? So once her gains are good, then she can sit back and enjoy her wine from her vineyards. She shall stretch out her hands to the distaff, and her hand shall hold the spindle. And she shall extend her hand out to the poor, and she shall reach out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is dressed in scarlet. She shall make tapestry for herself. She is dressed in fine linens and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. When it sits among the elders of the land, she makes fine linen. How is her husband known in the gates? Well, let's say like this. For y'all, let's rest these women out here wearing like bicycle shorts, exercise pants, all these tight form fittings, clothes, well, like I said, all the cleavage is out in this and the third. She's dressed in fine linens, dressed to the nines, as they say, looking like a princess. Not like a princess of the night, but a princess in a castle. So when she's out in the fields, everybody knows that's that man's wife. That's Lemuel's wife, because she's different than anybody else. Everybody else out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to pop a booby in your mouth. She not. She walking, knows she's the ish, ain't gonna be the ish, but she good to the poor. She helps the needy. She volunteers her time out there. She makes sure her family. How do you do all that and you have kids? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So it's something that they've taught us in this day and age in Western society that is not right. There's something wrong with what we're trying to believe. And we're trying to make us believe that we should go back to the 1950s and the trad wife lifestyle, and it does not work, no matter how they try. Like I say, when you sit at home doing nothing, see, because when your woman's out there doing stuff and making you look good, when you come home, you see her in a different light. When he's out there busting his tail, risking life and limb for whatever, providing for the household, you use your money to buy what you want. You use your money. You want to buy some land and build on it, you do. You want to buy yourself a nice car, you do that. You want to do your hair, buy nice clothes, buy stuff for the kids, you do that. But I'm gonna make sure we got everything you need and most things you want. That's fine. I'm gonna take care of the necessities to make sure you good. But if you want to do something outside of what I normally would do, by all means, go ahead. But we are, like I said, we're led to believe something different. So now we've done things backwards. So it's like now we really got to try to get it back right. It's going to take time and effort. It's not going to be overnight. But one thing we got to get rid of is this ideology of a trad wife. Stop looking for a man to take care of you and support you and you do nothing. You're gonna have to put in work too. Now you out there with your little Instagram pages and stuff and talking about the man you want, but none of y'all got men. Okay, well, hey, that sounds like something you need to work on. But yes, so when it comes to what do you bring to the table, the scriptures tell you what you need to bring to the table. Because this mess here, well, just say you just have my kids and make sure my house clean. That ain't nothing you can bring to the table. You bring that you look good, that's fine, because like these stories say, oh, he'll find somebody else. Oh, you can leave and you can leave and get a divorce if you want to. He'll find somebody else eventually. You might take what he got, take half. Okay, that's fine. But as a man, we know how to start over. I've done it a couple of times. So it ain't well, I ain't gonna say a couple of times, but I have done it. And I mean it takes time, but hey, once you build it up, I mean, you lose, you know how to get it back. But if you don't know how to build it up, there's a lot of these women in these trad wife lifestyles, it's devastating. You don't know what to do. You lose your mind. You freak out. But hey, what do you expect? You just want to sit around and do nothing, let somebody take care of you. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Like I say, you see my views on it. I'm gonna always harp this because we got to get back. If you want things done right, then you got to do it the right way. You can't skip over steps. You can't do something just because, you heard something you like. So just what you want to do. And you don't know the history behind it. And you don't know the real behind it. And you don't know stories of where, people that actually, how they dealt and coped with it. Because there can't be a great life sitting in the house doing nothing. Just can't be. I couldn't see myself doing it being a man. But no, but anyway, tell me what you think about this story, man. Let's talk about it. Leave your comments below. I hope to have a good discussion with a bunch of y'all. With that being said, hey, support the channel. Please remember to support the channel. 4 ways you can support non-monetarily, won't cost you a dime. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All 4 might take you maybe a couple of minutes out of your life. And I appreciate it. If you do anything, especially hitting that like button. If you do want to support monetarily, you can hit the super chats, super thanks, or there are links down in the description box you can click on. You can support that way. But however you support, but with your finances, monetarily or non-monetarily, hey, I appreciate it all. I love it all. I thank you for all of it, for any of it. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.